welcome back to another video here with Angel B Designs. I'm Angel B. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. In today's video, you guys, we're going to be exploring some infusible ink. Okay, I know we were doing some vinyl projects in the previous couple of videos. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about some infusible ink just because it's easily accessible. You don't need a printer to use infusible ink. All you need is a vinyl cutter, which is what you need to, basically cut puff and brick vinyl, which is what we were talking about in the previous two videos. So I am just giving you guys some project ideas that don't necessarily require anything more than a vinyl cutter. Okay, so if you only have a Cricut and then maybe like an inkjet printer and that's all you have access to, you still have access to so many different projects. Okay, explore vinyl and infusible ink, printable vinyl, all of those things are definitely at your reach. Okay, so I'm bringing you guys projects like that. So today we're talking infusible ink. I have a couple of different colors and patterns here that we're going to go ahead and try out. You guys, I'm going to make a luggage tag here. Obviously you can't see it, and yes, I did forget to mirror. Sorry, but I'm going to show you anyway because I'm not a perfect crafter, and yeah, I'm going to show you anyway. But nonetheless, you get the idea. I just forgot to mirror, that's all. But we're doing a luggage tag with some pattern, and then I did knock out the letters. And then we are doing some coffee mugs with two different patterns. We used leopard print and we used red, which gave us two different mugs. Okay, and then I'm using the ones that are black on the inside with the handles. I will have all materials, equipment, everything linked down below, so definitely make sure you check there if you are interested in any of the materials that I am using today. But yes, guys, this is what we're doing in this video, so go ahead and stick around. All right, guys, so first we're going to go ahead and start out in Leonardo Design Studio. Now, this process can be done in Cricut Design Space as well as Silhouette Studio if that's the software that you're using. But for today, I'm going to be cutting with my Siser Romeo. So I'm going to be designing this in Leonardo Design Studio. Just take these steps and use it in whatever software that you are designing in, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is the luggage tag. Now, I did do a short for this on Instagram and YouTube, and I got a lot of comments asking about this full process. So that's why I decided to go ahead and record a full video on it, as well as the coffee mug using the infusible ink, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to do the luggage tag. Okay, now what you need to do is create your template. Now, in order to do that, you have to first measure your blank. So I have my template in front of me with the measuring tape, and then I'm going to just kind of create a square here, okay? Now, my luggage tag is 4 inches high. I'm sorry, that was height. 4 inches tall, and then for the width, I'm gonna put 2.75. So this is about the size of my luggage tag here, okay? Let me just double check. Yeah, so this is about the size of my luggage tag here. Now, in order to go ahead, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on this. In order to be able to see what we're designing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this and I'm going to select stroke. So that's just going to give me kind of the box here so I can see what's going to be on the other side of it, or I'm sorry, what's going to, be on the luggage tag. Now, I'm going to keep this really, really simple, and I'm just going to put Angel B's luggage, okay? I'm going to keep it super simple. Let me see. I think the last time I used like a really pretty script font. I want to make sure that it's legible though, because I am actually going to put this on my luggage. I am going out of town in a couple of days, and I'm actually going to put this on my luggage. So I want to make sure it is legible. Yeah, I don't know what font I want. I'll do this one, the Cooper Black. And then I'm gonna go ahead and select apply. Now you just want to resize this. There is going to be a small oval hole right here at the top, so you want to make sure you account for that. I'm just gonna pull these down to the edges here. And then I'm going to type in luggage. And same thing, we are just going to resize. Okay, that is really all that I'm gonna be doing as far as this luggage tag goes. I'm gonna be using a pattern for this. I'm actually, you know what? I'm actually going to, let me move this out the way. I think I want to create an offset. Let me see. No, I don't think I need it. Okay, so essentially, this is the luggage tag. I am going to be using a patterned infusible ink, so I'm not going to do too much to it. This is it. I'm going to go ahead and weld this because essentially what I want is I want it to cut out in the square, but I also want it to cut out the letters as well. So I'm going to go ahead and group them. Okay. So now if we go over to send design, you're not going to mirror infusible ink. It's going to cut the square and it's also going to cut the letters, which is definitely what we want. I'm going to go back to design because I'm also going to show you guys how to make the template for the coffee mug as well. So for now, I'm going to put this off to the side and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get another square. Now, the same thing for the coffee mug. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to measure around. I have some measuring tape here and it's about 8 inches wide by I'm going to go 4 inches in height. It's a little bit bigger than what I need, but that's okay. And then the same thing, I'm going to turn on the stroke for this so that we can see the actual template. Now for this, I'm going to go into design library here in Design Studio. I'm sorry, in Leonardo Design Studio. And I'm just going to grab this heart right here. So for this project, you are going to have to do like 2 different cuts if you want to do it the way that I'm doing it. Okay. And then I'm going to duplicate. So if you're going to do it this way, just keep in mind that you are going to have to make 2 of these. I'm going to show you how to be able to get a couple different colors, well, 2 different colors, okay? So basically what I'm doing is I am just placing these hearts. Essentially, this first one is going to be one color. And then the second one is going to be another color. And then what you do is you take some of the hearts from the first one and you switch them over to the second one. So this is going to be our first template here. We're going to go ahead, select everything, right click, and we're going to group. And then we're going to right click again, and we're going to duplicate. Okay, so now this group is going to be cut in one color. This group is going to be cut in another color. Now with this, we don't necessarily need these boxes for this one. So I'm going to ungroup and I'm going to delete this box because for this template, we don't need the boxes. We just needed to use it as a template, but I am going to group this set of hearts here. And I'm also going to group this set of hearts here. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and bring this back to our mat here. And then we're going to go on over to Send Design, and I'll show you how to get these on your mat. Okay. So we have our first group here. I'm basically going to layer 2 different colors. I will show you, but I'm going to cut this. This is going to be one color or pattern of infusible ink. This is going to be another color or pattern of infusible ink. And then this one is going to be another color or pattern of infusible ink as well. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go on over to the camera. I'm going to show you guys how I set up my mat and all of those things. We're going to get this stuff cut out, and then we will go ahead and press. All right, guys, so I have my infusible ink on my mat here. This is a red color, and then this is a leopard print color. So I'm gonna have one set of the hearts cut out on the red, and I'm gonna have another set of hearts cut out on the leopard print. Okay, and then what we're gonna do after it cuts is we're going to just mix and mingle the red and the leopard to create a pattern effect. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, put this in my Siser Romeo. And then we're gonna go ahead and get it cut. You do not mirror infusible ink. You would cut it, excuse me, you would cut it the same way you would as if this were like the adhesive vinyl. So you do not mirror. You put the ink side facing up, not down. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a quick area test. Just to make sure I have it nice and lined up correctly. Okay. But yeah, you're not gonna mirror it. You do put your ink side up. Let me see, cut settings here. And then we're gonna go ahead and send that to cutter. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut out. I'm also gonna get my luggage tag of infusible ink cut out as well, and I'll come back and then we'll go ahead and press everything together. Alright guys, so we have both of our infusible ink cut out. Okay, this is gonna be my luggage tag. This is gonna be for the coffee mugs. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm basically just weeding off this piece of infusible ink. Okay, so this is the piece that we're going to go ahead and press. One of the letters is still attached. So essentially all I did was I weeded the box out, and then I weeded out, like kind of reverse weeded, I guess, is what you would call it, the letters out of the Angel Bee Designs or Angel Bee's luggage. Okay, so this is what we're going to go ahead and press onto our luggage tag. So that was pretty easy, and we're going to set that off to the side. Now I have already weeded our 2 color patterns. So this is the red and this is the leopard. Now what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to take these hearts and I'm going to alternate them. Okay, so I'm going to put a red here and a leopard there. Okay, Then I'm gonna remove a leopard here and a red here, and all we're doing is we're swapping it out to create kind of like a pattern here. Just so that you can get a little bit more of an option with your infusible ink. They have so many different patterns and colors that you can choose from to do something like this. Now this is definitely helpful if you don't have access to a sublimation printer. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm happy with that. Now you can make 2 mugs, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and remove. Hopefully, I think I cut through my carrier sheet, to be perfectly honest, but let's see. I think I definitely cut through my carrier sheet. My settings on my Siser Romeo were a little too, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to hand place these on my coffee mug and tape them, because you guys, I cut through my carrier sheet. So, gonna improvise. So I'm basically going to take the pattern. Now, if you didn't cut through your carrier sheet, you wouldn't have to do it this way. Again, I am literally just improvising because I cut through my carrier sheet. But if you're not like me, you could literally just pick up the whole carrier sheet and place it around your mug. But you could, you could do this as well if you don't have a carrier sheet, or you don't want to use it, or maybe you want to do 3 different patterns, right? You can do it this way as well. Just kind of pick up your hearts or whatever it is that you are using and place them sporadically around your mug. And again, this is for those who do not have access to sublimation. Okay. So here is all of the hearts on our coffee mug from our infusible ink. So I'm going to go ahead, get my presses warmed up. I'm using the Cricut mug press for this, and we're going to use our HTV Raw Auto Press to press our luggage tag. I'm going to get them preheated, and then I'll come back and we'll go ahead and press. Alright guys, so this is my HTV Raw Auto Press. It is an auto open and auto pressure. I will have a link for this down below. I do get a lot of questions on it, and I do also have a whole lot of content about this press, but this is the one I'm using today. I have just a piece of butcher paper underneath my tag just to protect my mat from any ink. But this is the luggage tag that I'm using today. I did just pick up a pack of these from Michael's. But if you want, I can leave a link for these. They do have some on Amazon a little bit cheaper. I'll leave a link for these down below from Amazon. You guys, all of my materials will be linked, my tape, my butcher paper, all of those things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taking our infusible ink sheet here, and I am going to place it. OMG, you guys, this was supposed to be mirrored. I'm tripping. I'm going to go ahead and press it anyway because I already made another one, but that's okay. You guys, it was supposed to be mirrored. It was definitely supposed to be mirrored because of the letters, and it's essentially sublimation. I don't know why the heck I told you guys don't mirror. You absolutely do mirror. I think it was because the hearts. Because of the hearts, it's a shape. You don't have to mirror the shape because it doesn't matter. But because this had letters on it, this should have been mirrored. Okay. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and press it anyway. That's fine because I do have another luggage tag that I made for Instagram. Let me get another piece of butcher paper. This is at 400 degrees and we're gonna press it for 45 seconds. Okay. Again, I know I said at the beginning of the video, you don't have to mirror infusible ink. You do. You definitely do. It's it's almost essentially exactly like sublimation, the process of sublimation, and you do have to mirror sublimation. I just was thinking, like, because of the hearts, when it comes to hearts and like shapes, like squares, circles, things like that, because it's a shape, if you mirror it, it looks exactly the same. So it doesn't matter if you mirror it or not in that regard, because it still holds the same shape. But in regards to images, in regards to letters, writing, things like that, obviously you're about to see, if it's not mirrored, you're going to be able to tell because it'll be backwards. And my butcher paper is stuck to my press, to the top plate. Oh my goodness, that looks so cute. That looks so cute. It's really hot too. Hold on, let me grab a glove so I don't burn my hand. But look how good that looks. Again, yes, the letters are backwards because I did not mirror, but that's okay. I just wanted to show you the process. One, it has a shiny effect to it. If you wanted to use sublimation ink on these luggage tags, you absolutely could if you do have a sublimation printer, but this is just for people who do not have access to a sublimation printer and would like to do projects like this. You can do infusible ink. This is the pattern. I'll leave a link for this pattern down below for all of them. This is the back. It's just kind of wood on the back, and then it did come with a strap to clip to the luggage. But as you can see, you know, it's still pretty legible. If you want to use a thicker font, you can, but that's how you get the letters to be inside the infusible ink. Okay, I wanted to do a full tutorial on this because, again, there were people asking me, and again, yes, make sure you mirror. Okay, make sure you mirror. But that is that one, and then we got to do our coffee mug here, and my press did go ahead and beep. I'm using the Cricut mug press for today's coffee mug project. I'm just going to take some butcher paper here. I'm going to fold it so that it'll fit. I'm going to wrap it around. And then I'm going to place it in there. Okay, and then we're going to close it. I do like to hover my coffee mug over the bottom silver plate that's in there so that you don't get any scorching on the bottom of your mug. That has happened to me before, so I just kind of hover it and then close it. But I'm going to go ahead and let this do its thing for pretty much the full time, and then when it's done, we'll come back, we'll take a look at it, and then yeah, we'll go from there. All right, so our Cricut mug press is beeping. I'm going to go ahead and take it out and grab a mat for me to place it on, so I'm not placing it right on my table. We're going to turn this off. and move it out of the way. So this is the mug here. You know, fresh out of the mug press. It's obviously, it's very, very hot. So I'm gonna grab some gloves so I do not burn myself. I'm actually also, I'm gonna let this cool off for about 5 minutes so that we don't get any ghosting. That's a little trick for sublimation or infusible ink. When you first take it out, let it cool off for about 5 minutes, just because when you go to take the paper off, when it's still hot, like still smoking hot, you can still get that ink transfer. So go ahead, let the paper cool off, let the gases stop flowing, let the ink stop evaporating, all of those things. So the process of the transfer of ink, let that process completely stop, because once it's cooled off, it is, you know, that process has concluded. Let that go ahead and happen, and then start taking your image or your paper off, so that you can get the less amount of ghosting as you possibly can. So I'm gonna go ahead, let this cool off for about 5 minutes. We'll come back, and then I will go ahead and peel the little paper hearts off. Alright guys, so it's pretty cooled off, not 110%, but for the most part it is. Okay, so this one is a half a heart. Now, let me explain why. Because I wasn't paying attention, but I put this underneath the handle, which means this part right here that was under the handle didn't get heat. That's why it looks like that. I forgot about that when I placed it there, but that's okay, because the rest of them should all look just like that. Hopefully I'm in frame, but I'm just carefully peeling them. I don't cause any ghosting or kill my, you know, the white on the mug. I don't want to do that either. This is cute. I'm hoping I'm in frame, and I'm hoping I am not blurry, because I can't really see all that well on my camera. Every time I think my camera is blurry, when I go back and watch the video, it's not. But to me, it looks blurry when I'm recording. All right. So yeah, for this part, because on the Cricut mug press, there's no heat going underneath the handle. That's why I did that. So just make sure you take into, you know, I should have just moved it down here, right here, or something like that. But look, super, super vibrant still. Sorry, you guys, my camera is like, come on now, focus. There we go. Look at the colors. They're super, super vibrant, just like sublimation. So quick little infusible ink hack for you guys, for those who do not have access to a sublimation printer, but you still want to do a process like this. Gift coffee mugs, things like that. Definitely try out infusible ink. Play around with the patterns, the colors, things like that. There's a lot of different things that you can do with infusible ink, you guys. Just get creative, okay? But that's all I have for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You guys, if you do some infusible ink projects, post them in my Facebook group. I will have a link down below for my Facebook group. I'm kind of revamping it, trying to get it back alive again. I did change the name, things like that. So post your infusible ink projects in my Facebook group, you guys. And join it if you haven't already. But that's all I have for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye.